Hey, my name is Average-Abnormality, and I'm currently developing a chaotic physics-based 2D party game where physics and friends are your worst enemies, and grappling hooks are your best friends. Now, in the last video, I added local multiplayer to the game, and in this video, I'm going to be fixing local multiplayer while also adding some game feel to my game. Now, what is game feel? Some of you may be asking. Well, game feel is also known as look feel or game juice, is the intangible sensation players get when interacting with a game. It encompasses the responsiveness, intuitiveness, and visceral feedback of controls and interactions, ultimately shaping how satisfying and engaging the gameplay can be. And it's all about, how responsive it is and how it looks and how polished the game is. And an example is camera shake. That's a good example of game feel. And I also said that I was going to be fixing local multiplayer, and this is because after the last video, I got some people to playtest it for me, and I noticed a lot of issues with it. And this is kind of because I'm not really that used to making multiplayer games. I don't know what you need to test out to see if it works and what's gonna go wrong, because this is the first multiplayer game I've ever made. But I came up with a list of issues, and I eventually went down the list and fixed every single issue with the game. The first issue was the controls, and that is because they were a little too unintuitive. So normally what you had to do was you had to hold L2 to shoot out your grappling hook, and then you press L1 and then you pull yourself towards it. Now all you need to do is just hold down L1 and then you shoot out the hook and pull yourself towards it, which was a big complaint among them, which is something I didn't really think about, but yeah, it is a good feature and it does make the game a lot easier to play. Another issue was that players constantly got stuck into each other, and that's because they're ragdolls, so each body part kind of got stuck between the joints. And I'm pretty sure I fixed that by just setting the collision detection for each body part to continuous so that it constantly checks for collisions. And that was basically it. So that's nice. Another complaint that people had was that the art style was a little too boring, and the details are too small there, so that when you zoom out you can't really see it that well. So I changed the player art completely. I made the colors way more saturated, and I made the details way bigger, like the eyes are way bigger now, and I got rid of the mouth, and I just made it more clear so that when you zoom out you can still make out every detail of the player and just have it look nice, I guess. Another thing I did was I changed the main menu, because before the main menu kind of looked a little bit boring and it didn't really have that cool of a look, it was just arrows everywhere and some basic buttons, and I changed it by adding some more icons to the main menu and making it just way more colorful, and I think it looks a lot better. And I also changed around the layout a bit. I took all the buttons and kind of just moved them more to the middle and closer together so that it looks way cleaner and way better in my opinion. And I like the way the main menu looks now, or the local menu looks, and I'm a pretty big fan of it, and I think it looks pretty nice. And one of the most important things they said to me was that the game is too difficult, and normally I would just kind of call this a skill issue, but because it is a party game and I want people of all skill levels to have fun, then I needed to actually change some stuff and make it better. And to do that I needed to change around some game mode. And the first thing I changed was the basketball game mode, because that is way too hard, even for me, and I made the game. I think it's too hard. I mean, it's a tiny ball that I need to get up and down into a tiny little net, and it's just too hard to the point where it's not even that fun. So I changed basketball to football, and it's way better now and way easier, because the football I made it way bigger than the player even, and the nets are double as big as the balls, so that it's really easy to score, and this is way more fun and way better. And it also makes sense because I have actually made football skins for the game, but I didn't have a football game mode before, so now those skins actually make sense. So that's also a plus side to it, a little bonus. And the second thing I changed was capture the flag, and I changed that one over to gem grab, because capture the flag is way too difficult right now. I mean, you need to get 2 flags into your base before the players get your flags into theirs, or something like that. And it's just way too difficult when need to get 2, because the other team can just focus on grabbing one flag and you focus on grabbing another flag, and then you're just kind of in a stalemate. And I changed that to gem grab because it's way easier. And gem grab, it's just one gem that you need to put into your base, and that's way simpler. And the gem is also way bigger than the flags, so that it's way easier to grab. And I think this is also a pretty good change. Like, I thought capture the flag was going to be a pretty good game mode, but I realized that it didn't work, and I think gem grab is way better, especially for this game that I'm making. I think it's way better and way more fun. And I'm not sure if some of you have noticed, but I added some trail effects behind the player, so now when you're like moving really fast, then you see like a trail behind you, and it makes you feel way faster than you actually are. And I think that's pretty nice, just a little bit of game feel to it, which is the thing of this video, I'm pretty sure. Either that or fixing it, one of those two. I don't know what the thumbnail and title is going to be yet. It's either going to be adding game feel or fixing local multiplayer, one of those two. Not sure yet. So comment down below what you think the title for the video will be. Wait, if you commented, then you already know what the title is going to be, so I guess that doesn't really work. Anyways, and after the trail effect, I added the camera shake, which I'm pretty sure you know, and there's 3 ways to like shake the camera in this game. The first one is when you grapple onto something, then there's just a really tiny camera shake. And the second one is when you get hit. There's a feature in the game where if you get hit like hard enough, then you stop your grapple. So like, let's say you're grabbing a gem and the other team like punches you or something, then you let go of the gem for a second. Now that camera shake is just a little bit bigger, like it's like a medium shake, and the biggest camera shake is when you get knocked out, and that's also kind of like when you get hit, but way harder. Like if you get hit really hard, then you go fully like ragdoll mode, and you are unable to move for around like 1.5 seconds, I'm pretty sure, something like that. But that's like a really big camera shake, like it just shakes the entire screen basically. And a problem that I realized that could happen is everybody starts grappling or like getting knocked out at the same time, then you just start shaking the camera all the time. So I put like a little cooldown on it, so that let's say if you grapple and then you grapple again immediately after, then it doesn't camera shake twice, you know, it just does it once. And after that, I needed to fix the respawn system, because right now you can spawn in the game perfectly fine, but when you die and respawn, then there's only one respawn point. So let's say 2 players die at the same time, and then they respawn at the same time, then they both get stuck into each other, and obviously that's not good, so I needed to fix that. So what I did was I just created a couple more respawn points, and what they do is they have like an invisible box around them, and if there's anything inside that box, then that means that respawn point is like obstructed by something, so you can't spawn there, and then it just moves over to the next spawn point, and that's just how it goes until you can find a valid respawn point. And yeah, that's a pretty simple fix, and it seems to work fine for now, so that's nice. And the last thing I added was a new game mode, and this one is called checkpoints. It's 5 checkpoints that are scattered across the level, and you need to just reach every single checkpoint as fast as you can before the other players can't win. And it's pretty fun, and for now it works pretty well. I mean, there's probably an issue that I'm gonna find out sooner or later, and you know, I'll have to deal with that then. But for now it works pretty nicely, and if you have any like game mode ideas, then leave them down in the comments below, and I'll probably add them. I am actually thinking of adding a volleyball game mode, but I don't know if I am gonna add that. It's not definitive, but it's just like I'm thinking about it. So if you'd actually like to see a volleyball game mode, then leave a comment, and then I'll probably add it. And that's about it for all the new and fun stuff I added. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this devlog, please like and subscribe so you can see me make this game and eventually play when it releases on Steam. And also, I need some help with the name for the game, so if you have any ideas, please just comment them down below. And it would be great to hear like your thoughts and feedback. And also, there's a link to the demo in the comments or description of this video, so definitely check that out and like comment down below what you think of it. And yeah, that's about it. Good night.